Joaquin Phoenix is an American actor and producer. He has received several accolades, including a BAFTA Award, a Grammy Award, 2 Golden Globe Awards, a Screen Actors Guild Award, and nominations for 4 Academy Awards.
Phoenix started acting in television with his brother River and sister Summer. His first major film role was in Space Camp. During this period, he was credited as Leaf Phoenix, his self-given name. He later went back to his birth name and received positive reviews for his supporting work in the comedy drama To Die For and the period film Quails. He received wider attention for his portrayal of Commodus in Gladiator, which earned him a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. He subsequently earned Best Actor nominations for portraying musician Johnny Cash in Walk the Line, and alcoholic or veteran in The Master, which won him the Volpe Cup for Best Actor, and the title character in Joker. Phoenix's other films include the horror film Signs and the Village, the historical drama Hotel Rwanda, the romantic drama Her, the crime satire Inherent Vice, and the psychological thriller You Were Never Really Here, for which he won the Cannes Film Festival Award for Best Actor.
Phoenix has also ventured into directing music videos, as well as producing films and television shows. For recording the soundtrack to Walk the Line, he won the Grammy Award for Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual Media. Phoenix is a social activist, lending his support to several charities and humanitarian organizations. He is on the board of directors for the Lunchbox Fund, a non-profit organization which provides daily meals to students of township schools in Soweto of South Africa. Phoenix is also known for his animal rights advocacy. He has been a vegan since the age of 3 and campaigns for PETA and in defense of animals.
Phoenix was born Joaquin Rafael Bottom on October 28, 1974, in the Rio Piedras district of San Juan, Puerto Rico, to American parents from the U.S. mainland. He is the third of 5 children, following River and Rain, and preceding Liberty and Summer, all of whom are actors. He also has a half-sister named Jodine from a previous relationship of his father. He was born with a microform cleft lip, which has been mistaken for a scar on his upper lip.
Phoenix's father, John Lee Bottom, is originally from California and is of mostly English, some German, and remote French ancestry. His mother, Arlene, was born in New York City to Ashkenazi Jewish parents, whose families were from Russia and Hungary. Arlene moved to California, meeting Phoenix's father while hitchhiking. They married in 1969, years later joined a religious cult, the Children of God, and began traveling throughout South America. His parents eventually became disenchanted with the Children of God. They decided to leave the group, and at the age of 3, he returned to the U.S. In 1977, they changed their last name to Phoenix, after the mythical bird that rises from its own ashes, symbolizing a new beginning. Around this time, Joaquin began calling himself Leaf, desiring to have a nature-related name like his siblings, inspired by spending time outdoors raking leaves. Leaf became the name he used as a child actor, until he changed it back to Joaquin at age 15.
In order to provide food and financial support for the family, the children performed at various talent contests, singing and playing instruments. In Los Angeles, his mother started working as an executive secretary for NBC, and his father worked as a landscape architect. Phoenix and his siblings were eventually discovered by one of Hollywood's leading children's agents, Iris Burton, who got the 5 children acting work, mainly doing commercials and television show appearances. At the age of 8, Joaquin made his acting debut alongside his brother River in the television series 7 Brides for 7 Brothers in the 1982 episode Christmas Song. In his first major role, Phoenix co-starred opposite River in the ABC after-school special entitled Backwards, The Riddle of Dyslexia. Also in 1984, Phoenix made guest appearances in the Murder, She Wrote episode We're Off to Kill the Wizard with his sister Summer, and individual episodes of The Fall Guy and Hill Street Blues.
After appearing in the CBS television film Kids Don't Tell, Phoenix made his theatrical film debut in Space Camp as Max, a 12-year-old who goes to Kennedy Space Center to learn about the NASA space program and undergoes amateur astronaut training. He guest starred in the anthology series Alfred Hitchcock Presents episode A Very Happy Ending in the same year, playing a child who blackmails a hitman into killing his father. Phoenix's first starring role was in Ruskies, about a group of friends who unknowingly befriend a Russian soldier during the Cold War. Phoenix then appeared in Ron Howard's comedy drama Parenthood, in which he played the withdrawn teenage nephew of Steve Martin's character. The film was well received by critics and grossed $126 million worldwide. Phoenix was nominated for the Young Artist Award for Best Leading Young Actor in a feature film for his performance in the film. After establishing himself as a child actor, Joaquin decided to retire from acting for a while and traveled to Mexico and South America with his father.
On October 31, 1993, 3 days after Joaquin's 19th birthday, his older brother River died of an overdose outside the Viper Room. Phoenix, who had accompanied his brother and older sister Ray to the club, called 911 to seek help for his dying brother. After River's passing, the phone call was repeatedly broadcast on TV and radio shows. As a result of the media glare, his family retreated from the public.
During the comeback portion of his career, Phoenix was often cast in supporting roles as conflicted, insecure characters with a dark side. In 1995, he co-starred in To Die For, as a disturbed young man who is seduced by a woman to commit murder. Directed by Gus Van Sant, the film was screened out of competition at the 1995 Cannes Film Festival and became a financial and critical success, resulting in a domestic box office total of $21 million. New York Times critic Janet Maslin praised Phoenix's performance, writing, "So pity poor Jimmy." Rivetingly played by Mr. Phoenix with a raw, anguished expressiveness that makes him an actor to watch for, Jimmy is both tempted and terrified by Suzanne's slick immorality. In that, he speaks for us all.
In 1997, Phoenix played a small-town troublemaker in Oliver Stone's U-Turn, and a poor man in love with a rich woman in Inventing the Abbotts. The films were received with mostly mixed and negative reviews, respectively, and neither performed well at the box office.
The following year, Phoenix starred in Clay Pigeons as a young man in a small town who befriends a serial killer. Budgeted at $8 million, the film became a box office flop, grossing only $1 million and was, like Phoenix's previous projects, not well received by critics.
In his next film, 8mm, Phoenix co-starred as an adult video store employee who helps Dom Wells penetrate the underworld of illegal pornography. The film turned out to be a box office success, grossing $96 million worldwide, but found few admirers among critics.
In 2000, Phoenix co-starred in 3 films. He made his first collaboration with director James Gray in The Yards. The film follows the corruption in the rail yards of Queens. Although failing to perform at the box office, The Yards was received with positive reviews. That same year, Phoenix played a fictionalized version of Roman Emperor Commodus in the historical epic film Gladiator, directed by Ridley Scott. The film was a massive financial and critical success, becoming one of the highest-earning films of 2000, with a worldwide box office gross of $457 million and received universal critical praise. The film won the Academy Award for Best Picture. For his performance, which the critic Lisa Schwartzbaum described as deliciously creepy perversity, Phoenix was nominated for the Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor, Motion Picture, the BAFTA Award for Best Supporting Actor, the Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Supporting Role, and received his first nomination for the Academy Award in the category of Best Supporting Actor. He and late brother River Phoenix became the first brothers to be nominated for Acting Academy Awards. To date, they are the only brothers to hold this distinction. Later, he portrayed the conflicted priest Abate Coulmier in Quills. Inspired by the life and work of the Marquis de Sade, the film premiered in the United States at the Telluride Film Festival on September 2, 2000, and was a modest art house success, grossing a total of $17 million at the box office, but it was received with critical praise, eventually receiving 3 Academy Award nominations at the 73rd Annual Academy Awards, and the National Board of Review selected the film as its best film of 2000. For his combined roles, Phoenix won the Broadcast Film Critics Association Award for Best Supporting Actor and the National Board of Review Award for Best Supporting Actor.
The following year, Phoenix starred in the satirical film Buffalo Soldiers as a U.S. Army soldier. The world premiere was held at the 2001 Toronto International Film Festival in early September. However, because the film was a satire of the U.S. military, its wider theatrical run was delayed by approximately 2 years because of the September 11th attacks. It was finally released on July 25, 2003. Although the film was a box office flop, it was received with mostly positive reviews. Famed critic Roger Ebert praised Phoenix for his spot-on performance. Phoenix was nominated for the British Independent Film Award for Best Actor.
Phoenix also starred in M. Night Shyamalan's science fiction thriller Signs. Phoenix plays Merrill Hess, a former minor league baseball player who, along with his older brother Graham, discovers that Earth has been invaded by extraterrestrials. The film was a massive financial success, grossing $408 million on its $72 million budget, and was received with positive reviews. Rolling Stone critic Peter Travers praised Phoenix's performance, writing Phoenix registers impressively, finding the humor and the pain in this lost boy.
In 2003, Phoenix played the irresolute husband of a superstar skater in It's All About Love, and voiced Kenai in the Disney animated film Brother Bear. The film grossed $250 million worldwide and was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. He was replaced by Patrick Dempsey in the sequel Brother Bear 2.
In 2004, Phoenix paired with Shyamalan again, playing a love-struck farmer in The Village. It received mixed reviews but was a financial success, grossing $256 million worldwide on its $60 million budget. For his second film, that year, Phoenix starred in the drama film Ladder 49 as a Baltimore firefighter. The film earned $102 million at the box office, despite receiving generally mixed reviews. Roger Ebert gave the film 3.5 out of 4 stars, praising the performances in the film. Phoenix's final film of 2004 was Terry George's Hotel Rwanda, playing photographer Jack Daglish. The film was a moderate financial success but was a critical success, receiving almost exclusively positive reviews from critics. For his performance in the film, Phoenix was nominated for the Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture along with the cast.
In 2005, Phoenix starred in the James Mangold-directed film Walk the Line, a Johnny Cash biopic, after Cash himself approved of Phoenix. All of Cash's vocal tracks in the film and on the accompanying soundtrack are played and sung by Phoenix. Roger Love was his vocal coach on this film. The film was released on November 18, 2005, eventually grossing $186 million. Phoenix's performance received rave reviews from critics, and it inspired film critic Roger Ebert to write, "Knowing Johnny Cash's albums more or less by heart, I closed my eyes to focus on the soundtrack and decided that, yes, that was the voice of Johnny Cash I was listening to." The closing credits make it clear it's Joaquin Phoenix doing the singing, and I was godsmacked. For his portrayal of Johnny Cash, Phoenix was nominated for his second Academy Award, in the category of Best Actor, as well as the BAFTA Award for Best Actor, Broadcast Film Critics Association Award for Best Actor, and the Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Leading Role. He won the Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Motion Picture Musical or Comedy, and the Grammy Award for Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual Media for the film's soundtrack. Earlier that year, he narrated Earthlings, a documentary about the investigation of animal abuse in factory farms, pet mills, and for scientific research. He was awarded the Humanitarian Award at the San Diego Film Festival in 2005 for his work and contribution to Earthlings.
In 2006, Phoenix was invited to join the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. In 2007, Phoenix reunited with director James Gray for the film We Own the Night, which he also produced. In the film, Phoenix played a New York nightclub manager who tries to save his brother and father from Russian mafia hitmen. The film premiered at the 2007 Cannes Film Festival, receiving mixed reviews from critics, and grossed a total of $54.5 million worldwide. Critic Peter Travers described Phoenix as electrifying and then some, and he was awarded the People's Choice Award for Favorite Leading Man for the performance. For his second film of 2007, Phoenix also reunited with director Terry George for the film Reservation Road. In it, Phoenix played a father obsessed with finding out who killed his son in a hit-and-run accident. The film failed at the box office and received negative reviews from critics, with film critic Peter Travers writing even the best actors, and I'd rank Joaquin Phoenix and Mark Ruffalo among their generation's finest, can't save a movie that aims for tragedy but stalls at soap opera.
Phoenix made his third collaboration with director James Gray in the film Two Lovers, where he played a bachelor torn between the family friend his parents wished he would marry and his beautiful but volatile new neighbor. Two Lovers premiered in competition at the 2008 Cannes Film Festival in May, receiving largely positive reviews, especially Phoenix, who was praised by film critics David Edelstein, who wrote he is, once again, stupendous, and stupendous in a way he has never been before, and Roger Ebert describing his performance as perfect pitch. Two Lovers grossed $16 million worldwide.
Phoenix's mockumentary film, I'm Still Here, premiered at the 67th Venice International Film Festival on September 6, 2010. The film was directed by Phoenix's then brother-in-law Casey Affleck and was also written by Affleck and Phoenix himself. The film purports to follow the life of Phoenix, from the announcement of his retirement from acting, through his transition into a career as a hip-hop artist. Filming officially began on January 16, 2009 at a Las Vegas nightclub. Throughout the filming period, Phoenix remained in character for public appearances, giving many the impression that he was genuinely pursuing a new career. Although widely suspected to be a mockumentary, the fact that the events of the film had been deliberately staged was not disclosed until after the film had been released. The film received mixed reviews and failed at the box office.
In 2011, it was announced that Phoenix would star in Paul Thomas Anderson's drama film The Master. Phoenix played Freddie Quell, a sex-obsessed alcoholic World War II veteran struggling to adjust to a post-war society. The film premiered at the Venice Film Festival, where Phoenix won the Volpi Cup for Best Actor. The art house film only grossed $28 million but was received with universal critical acclaim, with the acting performances receiving high praise, especially Phoenix's. Peter Travers of the Rolling Stone gave Phoenix high praise, stating Joaquin Phoenix in the performance of his career. Phoenix wears the role like a second skin, he's a volcano in full eruption. You can't take your eyes off him. His performance was publicly lauded by fellow actors Daniel Day-Lewis, Jessica Chastain, and Robert Duvall. Phoenix received his third Academy Award nomination, his second for Best Actor, as well as nominations for the Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Motion Picture Drama, and BAFTA Award for Best Actor.
In 2013, Phoenix starred in romantic science fiction drama film Her, directed by Spike Jonze. In it, Phoenix plays Theodore Twombly, a man who develops a relationship with Samantha, an intelligent computer operating system personified through a female voice. It had its premiere at the New York Film Festival on October 12, 2013. Her had a worldwide gross of $47 million and received widespread critical acclaim, along with Phoenix's performance. Film critics Manohla Dargis and David Edelstein agreed that no other actor could have done the role but Phoenix, stating her is even harder to imagine without MR. Phoenix, an actor who excels at exquisite isolation, and it's hard to imagine someone more affecting than Phoenix in the role, respectively, and Phoenix received his fourth nomination for the Golden Globe Award. The film was nominated for 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Also in 2013, Phoenix collaborated with director James Gray for the 4th time in the drama film The Immigrant. He starred as Bruno Weiss, a pimp who prostitutes Polish immigrant Ava and ends up falling for her. It was screened at the 2013 Cannes Film Festival as well as at the 2013 New York Film Festival. The film was released in the United States on May 16, 2014. The Immigrant was not successful at the box office but received positive reviews from critics.
In 2014, Phoenix reunited with director Paul Thomas Anderson for the crime comedy drama film Inherent Vice, the first adaptation of a Thomas Pynchon book. Phoenix played the role of Doc, a private investigator and hippie/dopehead trying to help his ex-girlfriend solve a crime. Inherent Vice premiered as the centerpiece at the New York Film Festival on October 4, 2014 and went nationwide on January 9, 2015. It was met with mostly positive reviews, with many critics praising the film for its acting performances, while some were frustrated by its complicated plot. However, it only grossed $11.1 million at the box office. Phoenix was nominated for his 5th Golden Globe Award for his performance.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.